Justice for Danny Brand. I can't breathe. Woo! Pleading guilty. Yeah! It's a blood shark, everybody. What's going on? Z-Man, Florida's greatest, the has-been baller, the Lawson's chip dip consumer, the man in black, Mr. I-95, coming live and direct from Tampa, Florida with another award-winning episode of Cumia'S Cucks. Welcome in, jump in the comments. You guys are cooking, baby. We're cooking already. We're having a blast. Jules David right out of the gate, $5. She's a member. She's a fantastic lady. Shout out to Red Bar's wife. We're doing it, everybody. This is the Cumia'S Cucks show. We do it 105 every Sunday. That's kickoff until football season. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do when come football season. You know, that's going to be what's going to happen. Will the show still be around? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's popping. It's hot. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Because you know what happens after 100 likes? Hype train. Motherfucking hype train. All right, guys. Where do we start? I don't even know where to start right now because everything is just fucking bananas. It's bananas. We got a lot to get to. I have a whole thing down here. I did show prep. I did it all. I'm ready to rock. I guess before we get rolling, I want to thank one of the another $100 Patreons that just signed up. Karate chat. We'll see what happens. Jules David says, make the chat members only. Make these cucks become members. That's a good idea. We should do that. Well, let me get this going. I want to thank the new $100 Patreon. As you know, we have Ken Mosca, Jared Thompson, Victoria, Stu John, Eddie Not Funny Ift, Twinkle Ho 99, and the new member. And I don't know if it's the real one or not, but Frankie McDonald is a $100 Patreon, and I don't know if it's the real one. I don't know if it's the one from Gino Show. I don't know. But Frankie, if you're a $100 Patreon, reach out, DM me. I will promote whatever you need. I'll even have you on the program. I'll get you the exposure you want because Lord knows you're not getting it on In Hot Water. That is a sinking ship over at that dying network, Compound Media. What a shit show Compound Media is. That is just bad podcasting over there. Bill from Jersey, $10. Amazing you can't be court-ordered to attend rehab because you got drunk and beat your girl and come out of rehab and drink live on your show. He, of course, talking about Anthony Cumia. Not me. That could go for me, but I think he's talking about this guy right here. Boom. Mr. Anthony Cumia. Send him a link. Frankie, if you're in the chat, jump on. I'll throw you on. I'll be an unoriginal douchebag like Gino and Chrissy having you on and making fun of you. Let's get going, guys, because we got a lot to get to. Ladies and gentlemen, podcasting has been out of control as of late. And you're going to say to yourself, 20 years from now, your kids will say, Mom, Dad, were you around during the podcast wars of 2023? What was it like? Your kids will say, hey, does Ray DeVito look as dumb as he is or was? Was that interview as bad as I thought it was? And you'll say, listen, Greg or Steve or Sarah, it was way worse. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was worse than 9/11. We all know, guys. Mike Cutt says, I DM'd you on Facebook. Ooh. Can't wait for the DMs. Thanks to everybody that sent me things, the videos, because all I have to do is just, you guys timestamp it, and all I have to do is look at it, and I'm like, there's the show. And I appreciate all of you. Zen's producer, Joe Exotic, Mike Cutts, and if I'm forgetting you, I didn't forget you. I just can't think of you right now. But I'm getting the DMs. I'm getting it all. It's all coming at me. Instagram, everybody. Look at Mr. Someone's doing well over here. Did you see this? Let's pull this up before we get into this. Oh, big news in the Zumock household. We're going to get to Ray DeVito. Oh, boy, what a fucking train wreck. Did you guys see that interview? Who didn't? How clueless is Ray DeVito? How dumb does he look? I mean, he just looks stupid. Bring on Opie. Is he in the chat? Is Opie Radio in the chat? Come on in, Opie. Opie was framed and blew up his career. All right. But check this out. Before we get rolling, I want to show you because the Mud Shark is big time now. I'm a big time guy. Look who's verified on Instagram. The Z-Man. Ha ha! Now I'm verified on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Suck it, Chrissy Mayer. I know it bothers you. That's very important to you. Very important. So that's that. Anyways, follow me on Instagram, everyone. Okay, let's get into this. As we talked about, Ray DeVito on Thursday embarrassed himself completely. I mean, it was a shit show. I saw a clip of Ray talking saying mixed reviews. No, across the board. Terrible. Did you read those super chats, those comments? Completely clueless. Ray has no idea what he's doing in podcasting. I mean, I'm being honest. It's not, oh, what the hell? Why is Cumia'S still up? I need a producer. Where's producer? What's his name? Joe? I took down the Cumia'S photo. Get the Cumia'S clown down. All right. I'm tired of staring at Cumia'S face. But Ray did this shit interview. It was terrible. Steel Toe worked him. That's the reason why Steel Toe went on his show, because he knew he was going to work him. Steel Toe did that. And if it wasn't for producer Joe jumping in and actually conducting an actual interview, Ray became the third mic on his own show. Ray became the third mic on his own show. That's embarrassing on every single level. Galactic Wrestling Federation, $5. Chad, how does it feel to know a generation of kids will be named Chad because of your war against the Cucks, Mudstruck Strong, Zutang Clan, Zumock Apocalypse, or Zumockalypse. Yes, I mean, these wars are going to be talked about for ages. So he conducts this interview, embarrasses himself, and he's lying when he says he got more followers and DMs. That's all lies. Lies, lies, lies. Comes at me out of the gate yelling and screaming that I was trying to get him fired from the Shuli network. It's just embarrassing. I've never met anybody in my life as clueless as Ray DeVito. He's so not self-aware. He has no self-awareness whatsoever. He doesn't know how to read the room. He doesn't know how to do podcasting. He is terrible on podcast. That's a fact. That's not even well, it's subjective. No, he's bad on podcasts, period. He's very, very bad. He's not good at this. That's the problem with a lot of these comedians, because comedy's like, and even podcasting, it's a copycat league. They see somebody doing something and they think they have to do it or they should do it. For example, Joe Matarese, right? Joe Matarese is a good comic. He's a very solid comic. But guess what Joe Matarese is not good at? Podcasting. He's terrible on podcasts, period. That goes with Ray DeVito. Is he a good stand-up? I don't know. I don't really watch him. I don't care. Even though I've known Ray for over 20 years, like we were never really close. I just knew him. You know, there's people in your life, you just know him. I just knew who he was. I mean, there was like a 7-year period where I didn't say a word to him. So I knew him. We happen to be from Cleveland. We happen to be Cavs fans, Browns fans. I used to be an Indians fan before they became the fucking whatever they are. I can't even say their name. This guy says he had only experience I had with Chad was positive. Where was that bubble popper? 24? Huh? And is that Jerry Seinfeld with an underage woman? How come they didn't talk about that more? Chris Watts' brother, Alex Watts, says Aaron needed a wet mouth, and Ray said, I mean, it was brutal. JG, $4.99, and a membership member, canceled my Patreon to Ray. It was out of pity anyway, but boy, he really stinks. Let me ask you this, JG. Did he, after you canceled, did he contact you? Why did you cancel? Because everybody that told me that canceled his Patreon, he contacts them like, why did you do that? Let me know in the chat. Jules David, hit that like button. Where are we at on likes? Where are we at on likes? At $100, we do the fucking hype train. Mike Cuts, Ray's horrible. Yeah, I mean, Ray, the fact that he's trying to spin it is embarrassing on every level. If you're saying you're getting mixed reviews, you're an idiot. It's across the board. Bad, bad, bad. Beluche Boulevard Studios. Beluche, am I saying it right? 49. Beluche Boulevard Studios is very close to signing Ray DeVito soon to be our flagship show. Oh, well, I don't know who you are, but that's not a good sign for your studio. That's bad, bad, bad. That's really bad. So Steel Toe comes on and just works him. And that producer saved that sinking ship, exposed Ray for who he is. And then Steel Toe goes on his show the very next day. And watch this, gloating. I will give it to Steel Toe, though. I will give it to him that he worked Ray. And he knew he can work Ray. And that's why he went on there. If anybody thought, and Ray honestly thought, that they were really interested in his interviewing skills. Like they really wanted to get to know Steel Toe, and Ray was going to ask the tough questions. But the fact of the matter is Ray was in over his head. He had no idea what the heat was on Steel Toe. He didn't know any of that. He was clueless. He was not prepared, and he dropped the fucking bat. Every single person there was there to hate on Ray. Every single person there was to hate on Ray's interview. It was a lose-lose all the way together. And Ray, you could say all you want about me. You could say I'm an asshole, I'm a piece of shit, whatever. I know you went off on me coming out of the gate. I was the only one out of everybody, including Shuley and Bob Levy and Patrick Melton, Kevin Brennan. I was the only one telling you, Ray, don't do this. Cancel that interview. So you're trying to say I'm a piece of shit, I'm not a friend, I'm a loose cannon, whatever the fuck you're saying, Ray. Dude, I told you to not do it. And you still went ahead and did it. Unprepared and embarrassed yourself. You let this clown control the narrative. And he was just getting destroyed. He was prepared for this. Nobody was watching your show because it was good. Nobody was tuned in because, hey man, I think Ray's going to do a good job. Nobody. And you let the guy walk. You let the guy walk. All right, before we get into Steel Toe's show the very next day, or later that night, I don't know when, he does like 1,000. Nobody's tuned in to know something about Steel Toe. He's on the air 7 hours a day. Everything's out there. We know about his life. We know about Ashley LaRue. We know about the kids. We know about the dogs. We know everything. The eggs, the trash can, the iron-on stickers, everything. We know everything there's to know about Steel Toe. So nobody was tuning into Ray DeVito's show to get some insight on who Steel Toe really is. We were there to make fun of him the whole time. By the way, if you're on Facebook, come on over to YouTube and jump in the chat room. It's a very funny chat room. People are talking shit. Shout out to Stoney's, my sponsor. They're doing the 25th anniversary show of the Steel Toe Morning Show, or the 9th anniversary in the summer. They're flying out Gino Bisconte because they're fucking stupid. The headline. First road gig Gino Bisconte's had in years. So let's get into the Steel Toe Morning Show after what he's claiming victory. And honestly, it really was somewhat of a victory for him because he made Ray look like the clown that he is. Ray, you should be mad at this guy instead of your blowing him and kissing his ass and pretend like he had a good show and like you liked his show. So listen to this.
Open at the bit. Let's get going.
I think we can probably talk about the Ray DeVito interview. So yesterday, I finally got to be on Ray DeVito's show.
I finally got to be on. No one has ever said I finally got to be on Ray DeVito's show. Nobody in the history of the world is I finally got to be on Ray DeVito's show. No one has ever said that. I finally got to be on Ray DeVito's show. Did you hear that, Ant? Ant, did you hear that? Anthony Cumia, did you hear that? I finally got to be on Ray's show. I'm a dork. I'm a tool. All right. There's your Carl laugh. I finally got to be on Ray DeVito's show. So out of the gate. Hilarious, Steel Toe.
Rock bottom with Ray DeVito.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray and I have been talking about doing this for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I like Ray. Ray's a fan of this show. I like that Ray is a good...
I really honestly don't believe Ray's a fan of the show. I think, because I've studied both of these fucks, Ray's just a dummy. He sees Steel Toe and people talking about him. He sees Steel Toe hates me. So he's like, oh, I got to get in Steel Toe. Like, he's copied everything that I do. Like, Patrick Melton was making some noise, so I had on Patrick Melton from Nobody Likes Onions, my friend. And he's like, oh, now I have to have Patrick on. Chad holds a microphone. I hold a microphone. Chad gets a dry bar. I got to get a dry bar. It's like there's no originality to Ray. So Ray's just a dumb guy copying what everyone else is doing. Tim G, finally, I got to be on Rock Bottom Podcast. He's a bad boy, Brennan. $11.99. Don't let up on Ray. He's a fraud and a hack. An absolute zero living in a closet. No, Ray made his own bed. Ray's made his own bed. And we have to do this. This was the dumbest move ever, having him on as a guest and trying to treat it like it was a real interview.
Innocent fish in a pond of scummery. And that Ray is able to stay true to himself with all this ugliness going on around him.
You could hear that when he started the show yesterday.
Right. I love that about Ray DeVito is that he doesn't bend to other people. He seems like
you're acting like Ray is like a smart man, like he lives by a code, like he has integrity, and he's just a smart guy. You're giving Ray way too much credit. Ray's an idiot.
Like, he seems like a guy who could be easily manipulated or easily swayed.
Yeah.
But looks are deceiving. He is not that kind of a guy.
No, you did it to him.
And so
you literally,
Ray DeVito,
Steel Toe literally manipulated and swayed him. He likes to use boxing analogies, rope-a-dope and all that bullshit. He was sparring with this guy, and Ray was punching himself in the face. Steel Toe knew what he was doing. He knew exactly. He's like, this guy's I could work this guy, because Steel Toe works people in his life. That's how he got April. That's how he cheated on his wife. By the way, he's saying, or Jake Hudson, by the way, he's saying that when they asked him, like, he cheated on his wife while she was pregnant, he said, no, I did not. He technically did not cheat on her while she was pregnant. He cheated on her. She found out, wanted a divorce. He tried to get her back. And then from there, weaseled his way, somehow got her, Ashley, on his good side, got her pregnant with the, he quotes, the oops baby. I'm sure your kid's going to love hearing that he's the oops baby growing up with all these hours and hours of video you grifting online. Dad, I'm an oops baby? So he got her pregnant during the divorce. So listen, if there's any mothers in here, I know Zen Producer's a mother. Like, I'm sure childbirth is hard. I'm sure that's the most difficult thing you ever have to do. I mean, I can only imagine what a woman goes through. But imagine being pregnant and going through a divorce. That's got to be the worst. That's got to be the worst feeling in the world. Ray's best question was, how is April doing? Hack. Oh, no, my favorite question, Ray, was like, he goes, I did have a question. Where did the name Steel Toe come from? Ray doesn't bend. He's a blundering middle. He's so stupid. So watch Aaron just try to manipulate his audience that he always tries to do. He's just
had me on his show yesterday, and we've been talking about it all week. And
hit like everybody.
Everyone else had been talking about this all week.
Not for reasons you think.
Steel Toe is the most talked about thing out there. I am the most interesting figure you could possibly have, because this was, in that whole universe, this was the most watched thing of the week.
Yes.
Because you're the clown.
With all the different streams watching it.
You're a clown. That's why.
It blows everything else out of the water.
They have made you very popular.
Immensely popular. And I have to say thank you
for the right
Subs
reasons.
are at an all-time high. Thank you guys very much.
No, they're not. We did Social Blade. Everything is down. Super chats are down. Subs are down. Everything is down. But this guy you guys just buy into his bullshit, don't you?
So I do Ray's show. And for a week leading up to it, people are like, Ray, you gotta get him. Get what? I don't know. I have no idea what the get him is.
The boogeyman.
The boogeyman. Aaron's the boogeyman.
God, you were awful.
I hate to break down the fourth wall. I hate to give up the gimmick here.
Oh, yeah. Some people are saying my Patreon's down. Everyone's is down. Every month when it starts, the Patreon, it resets. It goes down every single month, and they slowly start coming back on. It's just Kevin's done it, Shuli's, me. So, yeah, but people are signing back up. Some people, they just sign up for a month. That's fine. You could do that. But, everyone's is down. My subs are up. My subscriptions are up. Everything's up on that side. So, by the way, if you're listening, this will be up on Patreon later tonight. I'm going to make it members only. And I'm going to do members only chats. It's all coming. I'm still working on that back end. So buckle up. Where are we at on likes, everybody?
I am a radio host doing a show, entertaining an audience. After this show is over, I am a guy who has a life and a family, and I go and I live that life. I don't watch a lot of stuff. If I watch stuff on YouTube, it'll be like one of the videos I watched yesterday. What if Apollo Creed would have lived in Rocky IV?
I've said the same thing.
I watch stupid shit.
I watch stupid.
He always has to go to a movie, boxing movies and stuff. Ian Hawk, YouTube is going up. Yes, Ian Hawk. Look he has his Kmart Ready shirt. And if you are on the $100 sponsor or even $30, hit me up. I will mail you out a Kmart Ready shirt. I mailed 2 out to Ian and his lovely wife with a headshot and stickers. So just DM me and I'll send it out. I promise. I swear to God. Here we go. This is Bad Boy Brennan. Someone give Gino's bandana to April. Go to hell, Ray. Addicted to Profits from the Bahamas. Steel Toe is popular the way Stuttering John's popular. He's fun to crap on because he's a fool. That's 100%.
Stupid shit, too.
I watch what if videos and things like that. So I get reports, I guess you could say, from other people who say, oh, they said this and they said that. And I laugh at all of it.
What do you mean? The Reddit where they shit on you? Are those your reports? You go to the Reddit that shits on you? Let's give them a plug. Reddit.com/Steel Toe Boring Show. Go plug that. And plug Ashley LaRue's book, for Christ's sake. I sold a lot of books for this woman. And Ashley LaRue, offer's still on the table, honey. If you want that Patreon money, or I'm sorry, that Super Chat money, just send me the message. I will DM you. I will video record the DMs, and I will post it. Go buy your kids some toys. Take them to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know what kids do these days, but do something for them. The money's yours. It's sitting there. I mean it. All right. So this guy's trying to own, like he went through it.
Like, I get it. I'll show April. I'll go, Jesus Christ, could you fucking imagine
being
that way? So Ray has me on his show, and Ray and I are talking beforehand. people are saying, Ray, you gotta fucking get Steel Toe. They wanted Ray to do everything to me that they don't have the courage to do.
Okay.
Like all of these people
Which
who wanted
is-
Ray to destroy me and make me cry, I guess.
This guy's a
I
master
I
bullshitter.
think that would be their ultimate climax is watching you cry.
Right. Contact me. Say you want to be a guest on the show. We'll hook you up with a StreamYard link.
Yeah.
And then you can come on and you can try to make me cry. You'll be a guest. You'll have a channel. You can show up and do the whole thing. They can't do that. They don't want to do that. So they go, Ray.
Yeah, why would we want to give you views? Why would we want more subscribers for you? Why would we want more super chat money for? Why would I go on your show? How about you come on my show? Aaron? Oh, do you remember when you were on MLC and I was begging for a link and you said, no, I don't want them on? Why didn't you have me on there? There's middle ground. Why wouldn't you let me on there? So you're full of shit. You're full of shit. And that was another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Galactic Wrestling Federation. Ray was willing to bypass the paying fans to Cuck to Steel Toe. And he was willing to give him half the money. But Steel Toe knew if I took half that money, I'm going to look like a fucking asshole because he's known for being shady and ripping off his quote-unquote employees, paying them $50 a show. Cook, man, come together. Dear Mudshark, please keep dunking on Bomb Levy on MLC. It warms my heart to see. Thank you for your service. Cook, man. Cook, man. Dislabeled says, 100 likes, please do the dance. Are we at 100? 100 likes, dummy. We did it, right? We hit 100 likes. Yes. Yes, yes. All right, let's get through a little bit of this video, and we will jump into the hype train, guys. We will jump into the hype train. I got so much. We still got to go through Danny Brand's video. I got a lot going on, guys. I got a busy day. We're doing this. Right after this, at 3 o'clock, I'm going down the street to get a little liquid IV. I'm going to get a little liquid IV. I'm getting hydrated. I'm getting back into shape. I got a personal trainer. I just hired one. I'm starting eating clean this Monday. I'm getting back into it. But today, I'm going to go get some hydration, and then I'm going to the movies. I'm going to go to the movies, see a movie. I already got my Mike and Ike's because I bring concessions to the movies. I do not buy them at the movie theater because it's a ripoff. And if you buy concessions at the movie theater, you're a fool. You're dumb. You're a dumb dummy. So I'm going to do that. Tomorrow I got a deep tissue massage scheduled at 1 right after my training session, and then we do MLC at 4. I take that back. We do Mondays with Mazer at 3 o'clock. But I'm getting back into it. Committed to fitness. I fell off there. I got punched. I'm getting back on the Chrissy Mare, the horse. Right, Frank? You know what I'm talking about. If you fall off the Chrissy Mare, you get right back on. We haven't even got the Chrissy. I've been dealing with this fucking clown for so long. I can't stop. So listen to him manipulate the audience. Here we go.
Do it for me. Come on, Ray. Finish this guy. Fuck him up, Ray. Go get him. And I knew that was kind of the play. And Ray was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I like this guy. I'm a fan of what he does.
He never says, I'm not going to do that. He's lying right now. What Steel Toe likes to do is he likes to put words in people's mouths and tell them how they're thinking. Like when he had Corey Adam on, he was telling Corey, this is how you're thinking. This is what he does. He tells you what you're supposed to be thinking. Now he's saying, Ray's like, I don't do that. I like this guy's show. Ray was clueless. Ray was drowning. He had no idea what was going on. He just said, oh, you hate Chad. I'm going to have you on. And we're going to shit on Chad.
I like his show. And so Ray and I are talking back and forth leading up to the interview. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm impressed with how you're handling this. I am, and I was really impressed with how Ray stood up to this weird obsession that people have where they're like,
I want to remind everyone that Aaron brought all of this on himself, all of it, across the board. He came into our worlds from out of nowhere, talking shit, not thinking about his wife, putting her on camera, not thinking about his ex-wife, not thinking about his kids, and he just started shitting all over everybody. And as soon as everybody, and I mean everybody, Red Bar, Patrick Melton, me, we all start coming after this clown and exposing him, he's the victim all of a sudden. But it was all because of you, Aaron, not us. We didn't do this. You drew first blood. EGN 7979 $4.99. I got a fever, and the only prescription is some motherfucking hype train. All right, should we do the hype train now and get back to this video? What do you guys say in the chat? Jump in the chat if you're on Facebook. Come on over to YouTube. It's a better party. Facebook's dying. Hit subscribe to jump in the chat. Sammy V, he's a membership. He's on the membership. Exercise Hype Train Karate. I might have to do a Hype Train workout video. Maybe I could talk to my trainer about filming a Hype Train workout video. Karate Hype Train. Ooh, Addicted to Profits is a new YouTube member. Welcome to the party, pal. Straight out of Bahamas. A crazy motherfucker named Addicted to Profits. That didn't rhyme. But thank you for signing up. You could sign up. I got some more stuff coming with the memberships. I got a lot of work to do this week. So that's part of the reasons why I'm going back to the sober lifestyle. Not only to get back in good shape again, but just so I can not drown in podcast stuff. I'm literally drowning in podcast shit. Billy Sunshine. Hype train now. Okay, you know what? Listen, I can't put up the hype train. You guys want to party. I guess it's time to fucking hype train, you know. I mean, you asked for it. I asked for 100 likes. I got to deliver, so let's get into it. It's a hype train time, guys, and as you know, if I get 100 likes, I fucking hype train. And it's the greatest thing on the internet. There's nothing's better. It's the greatest benchmark that's ever been made. I originally got the hype train idea from Steel Toe because at the end of his show, to hit the goal and to get more likes, he plays this dumb hype train song, this fucking non-copyrighted Come On Ride the Train song that's fucking brutal. And I just took it from him. And now, I'm fucking killing it. So we're going to get into this hype train right now, ladies and gentlemen. First of all aboard, buckle the fuck up, because guess what? It's hype train time. The greatest thing going on right now is about to happen right in front of your fucking eyes. And let's see if I have a heart attack at the very end. Let's go! Woo! Yeah! Feeling it. Can you feel it? Woo! Yeah! All aboard! Hit like, hit subscribe, super chats. Hype train. Who wants on the hype train? Sammy V, you want on the hype train? Galactic Wrestling Federation, you're on the hype train. Yeah! Gina, get on the hype train. All aboard! Woo! Yeah! Hype train! Where you at? Let's get all the cucks. Hey, Ray, get on the hype train. Ray, you dummy. You got played. You lost fans. Get on the hype train, Ray. Ray, come on, Ray. You did one of the worst interviews ever. Let's get all the cucks on the hype train. Yeah. Hype train. Woo! Hype train. April, bring your fat fucking mother. If I get 300 views, I'll show a photo of her fat mom. I swear to God. I don't care. It's not doxing. Yeah. Hype train. Yeah. Carl, I haven't even gotten to you. You're off my radar. Imholtz. Hype train. Yeah. Cumia, you loser. Hype train. Chino. Hype train. Clintons of Comedy. Chrissy Mayer and Frank. Will they strike my channel? Who knows? Probably. Pat Dixon, come punch Gino on the hype train. Yeah. E-Rock, bring your toys. Because we want justice for Danny Brand. Hype train. Ashley LaRue. Get on the hype train, baby. You can ride with the conductor. Yeah. Hype train. Where are we at on likes? Hype train. Where's the super chats? Oh, we got one. Here it comes. Billy Ocean. Billy Sunshine. Sorry. I was thinking of Billy Ocean. Hype train. Best thing online. Chad's hype train. Woo! Woo! Hype train. Now I'm fucking hyped. I don't need to drink coffee. Stepfather. Hype train. Woo! Hype train. This chick's from you're from Minnesota calling me white? You're in the whitest state of the world. I think I just invented a move. Fixing it up on the hype train. Has this song got longer? Jesus Christ. Shut up, I already answered that. Woo! EGN. 39, you're on the hype train. Hit that like. Woo! We got through the hype train. Wow. The reviews are in. They're saying it's the best hype train of all time. People in the chat are saying this is the best hype train they've ever seen. JG just tipped me $1.99 for that hype train. Addicted to Profits wants to be a fucking ninja. I'm going to put together a hype train exercise video and sell it. Oh my goodness. This is fucking... Whew. I burned more calories on that episode of Hype Train than any other hype train. Opie's here. Is he? Tell him to come on. Opie's welcome. I like that he's fighting back against these fucking cucks. Fuck them. Right? Hype train. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm seeing if I skipped a couple super chats along the way. I just want to make sure we're all up to speed. And I'm also catching my breath. Listen, I put all I had in there. I did it for you. I did it for you. All right. So, do we want to get back to the steel toe stuff, or do we want to dive into the Danny Brand stuff? What do you guys say in the chat? I'm just going to put that up there without a super chat because I think it's hilarious. Oh, shout out. Opie Radio really is in here. He loves the hype train. This guy's the king of the benchmarks. Man, he's a broadcasting Hall of Famer guy, influencer, made millions in the business. And if he loves the hype train, then it's a fucking, we did it. Jake Hudson's in the chat. All right. Everyone's saying let's get into the Danny Brand stuff. As you know, Anthony Cumia has been going out of his way to create a narrative. If you shit on Opie, me, or whoever, you will become a friend and possibly a guest on his show. You will get a retweet. You possibly might be able to come on Compound Media. That's how obsessive he is. But he tried to control the narrative with this because, according to page 6, he pled guilty to a third-degree assault by blocking someone's breathing. But yet he says he only bit her hand. Let me ask you this. If you're a multimillionaire, why do you plead guilty? Listen, I know courts can be complicated and difficult, and it's a game. But I would want to go to a trial and win. After completing 6 months of outpatient alcohol treatment, that stuck, and attending to a batters intervention program. I would love to have video of him at the batters intervention program. The plea will be vacated, and Cumia will plead guilty to 2 harassment counts. And that's what happened. And as you know, Bon Levy says, run back the hype train. You got to go fuck yourself, Bon. I'm exhausted. Whew. Hype train took a lot out of me, guys. That's why I'm trying to slowly get back into it. So this video started to circulate online. It was going on. It was in Reddit rooms. The deep, dark web. The video was out there. And we're about to watch it. But let me pull this one up. I forgot about a lot of this. There's a lot of negative stuff out there. I could see why Anthony tries to push the narrative. Like, he wants people off of this stuff. Anthony's an ugly motherfucker, too, by the way. That's a fact. This is him. She was 26 at the time, and he was 54. 54 years old. And he's trying to own that he bit her hand, although he pled guilty for choking her. Choking a bitch. Literally choking a bitch. They fight constantly, and it gets pretty ugly pretty often. She recorded another... Okay, let's get into the video. And Anthony's been nothing but shitty to me, and that's why I'm doing this. Because... Here we go. Now, I got to be honest with you. I haven't watched this video. Like, I know it's been out there, but let's take a good look at this dysfunctional relationship. And I guess apparently they just had a domestic issue, and she started recording herself on Periscope. And this is what was said, and it's just chaos. Here we go.
Hi, I'm in Long Island. I got my hand broken. I'm waiting for the police to come, but oh my God, don't hit me again.
Wow.
Stay away from me.
He hit her.
I tried to call the police. He turned the phone off. You shouldn't have lied then. You shouldn't have lied, and you shouldn't have hit me, and you shouldn't have treated me like shit, and then I wouldn't be periscoping this right now.
Leave my house. I'm asking.
I don't think at this point, when he hit her, I don't think he realized she was recording. And now he's like, oh shit, fuck. Even though he's intoxicated, he's like, I gotta somehow manipulate the situation.
I'll pay to have you go back to the...
I don't need you to pay for a car. I need you to pay for my fucking broken hand, you dumb piece of shit.
But you're moving your hand. What are you talking about?
This is beautiful. So glad that you guys saw this. But just
Yeah,
so
her
you
voice
can
is
see
pretty
another
rough.
shit. Right there. And then
So
right
she has
there.
clear marks.
So oh, and then on my boob too, but you won't be so lucky to see that. This
She is annoying.
is wonderful. Wonderful public image.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Anthony and Danny show.
Oh, never put my name with yours, you racist bigot. Stay away from me, you fucking psycho!
Dude, this is cringe on every level. I mean, this is ugly. But this is the world he created. This is the world he wants to be in. This is ugly. I mean, this is fucking bad.
Come on, baby. Oh my.
That's maniacal. That is maniacal. Even if she's annoying, I mean, it's just, what is that, a 38-year age difference? Or 28?
My reputation ruined, and like I'd be ruined with the community, and everyone would hate me. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I can do it first then. And now he's just running around looking for his gun. He said,
He's like running around looking for his gun. Like, that is insanity. Like, was he going to shoot her? I don't know. Listen, I just want to point out, like, you know, I just see what he does, Anthony, and it's not cool. And he's created this culture. So what he does is all these dudes, this whole group right here, they all shit on me, Opie or whoever, and will retweet them, have you on the show, give you a show on the network, pay you. He will put you on payroll like Gino and Chrissy, like, and he encourages this shit. So he honestly, Galactic Wrestling Federation, and is nearly a child predator. His dad allowing him to get statutory raped, set a chain of event for his behavior. Is that true? Is that true? I don't know. I don't know. I'm learning as I go. This is all new to me, this world. Listen, I don't know this Danny Brand. She seems annoying, and that seemed like a very toxic relationship. But still, you know, when you're coming after people all the time and you got a lot of baggage, your defense doesn't look good. Right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Very special guest. I did not think, this is exciting. I did not think, wow. I sent the link, and guess what? They got the link. Back for a second time, everybody, to the show. Cumia'S Cucks. We got the one and only April Emho. April, what's going on? April, what's going on? Say something, anything. You dumb bitch. Say something. Do something. Is your headphone... If your sound's off, just wave. Wave. Wave with the dumb sleeve tattoo hand. Put that up there. April, dummy. We just did the hype train. What did you think? Go ahead. Oh, you're so used to not talking on your show because your dumb Jared Fogle lookalike husband just cackles and rambles his fucking mouth the whole time. You got to just sit there and listen and say, yeah, whatever you say. When I take the T-shirts and stickers to the post office, I always make sure. Why did you block me, dumb cunt? Why? I want answers. All right, goodbye. You're gone. Goodbye. Fuck her. She comes on the show, doesn't say shit. It's a terrible guest. I love just, you know how it's going to play out. She's going to leave him. It's going to happen. Wow. Sounds just like April. So, Aaron, now that you're 0-2 in boxing, do you think you'll stop finally? I heard he's training someone. Is that true? He's training on... This guy has lost 2 boxing matches. He's 0-2, and now he's a boxing trainer? EGN 7979 April's tattoo is going to look worse when she's the size of her mom. Ooh, that's going to be a very stretched out tattoo. I have a photo of the mom and dad. It's not good. That's not her, but I just wanted to tease it. You shouldn't talk about my mom and dad because they're not in this world. They're not a part of this. They're not a part of this. Why would you bring them up? You're doxing. Am I? Am I doxing? JG likes my bit. He loves the April impression. Loves it. So, Ray's taking a beating online, and I got to be honest with you, he should. He should, Ray. What you did was stupid. It was dumb. I told you, don't do the interview because you don't know what you're doing. And now you look like a fool. So let's get back to Steel Toe and his victory lap. Thinking that this is another thing Aaron did. He thinks he's so, because he's a salesman. This guy's a radio salesman. He thought, I'll go on Ray's show on the Shuley Network and I will spin it. Because I am a master puppeteer and a master psychologist, and I will win over these fans. And I will guide Ray. But luckily, the producer jumped in and said, hey, no, and held him to it. Every one of the Super Chats was shitting on Steel Toe, every single one of them. So when Ray said it was the most numbers, if he thinks his show's off to the races now, he's dumb. It's all down after that. Everyone was watching the Ray DeVito show on Thursday for all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons. So this guy's taking his victory lap, trying to manipulate his audience like he all does every single fucking day, 7 hours a day. I'm going to bring up this John guy because he looks like a lawyer. I want to hire this guy. Is the hype train that exhausting? It's pretty fucking exhausting, John. You try doing it, John. If you're just tuning in, guys, hit like. This will be up on Patreon later on tonight. It'll be members only for YouTube. Thanks to everyone that subscribed and signed up for the members only. I try to give you guys priority, like Ian Hawk. I've seen Aaron's shotgun impression. He isn't a master puppeteer. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that was one of Ray's hard-hitting questions. He goes, why do you do that? I don't like that. Sounds like an LA comic. There was nothing, zero edge to anything Ray was doing on Thursday. None. And Ray, if you're listening, I hope you are. I was so embarrassed by you that I can't even do a podcast with you anymore. You expose yourself so bad. It's like I can't even take you seriously as a human being at this point. So lose my number. I blocked you on social media. Goodbye. I have zero respect for you. As a person. So listen to this guy. Just knowing he just worked over Ray. Ray looks like a fool.
Guy. I'm a fan of what he does. I like his show.
Ray doesn't, he's an idiot. He probably saw a couple clips of you and saw that you were jumping on Carl's podcast, Chrissy's podcast, Cumia. So Ray's going to pretend like he likes you.
And so Ray and I are talking back and forth leading up to the interview. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm impressed with how you're handling this. I am, and I was really impressed with how Ray stood up to this weird obsession that people have where they're like, and I don't want to use the word afraid, but I don't know what word to use for people who do not want.
This guy's voice drives me insane. Everything about him, his looks, his voice, it's just a very hateable guy. Oh.
To come at me themselves. But
put the pen down, dummy. He wants to look like a broadcaster. I got a pen. Put the pen down.
They want to use and push around this other guy to do their bidding for them. Do your own fucking dirty work. I don't have people running around doing my dirty work. Do your own fucking dirty work. I feel like Ace Rothstein in Casino when he confronts Lester Diamond.
He always goes into these dumb movie analogies every single time. I feel like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future when he was at the mall on the skateboard. It's just like in Rocky 3 when he was with Mickey. It's just shut up with the dumb movie analogies already. Just assuming everyone knows the analogy. Ray did shit on me out of the gate. He came out. He is so bad at podcasting. He came out just angry, shitting on me and Bob out of nowhere. And all I'm doing is fucking with Ray, but he's so stupid. He can't see that I'm fucking around with him. He's just a dummy. Zen's producer, do your own dirty work, says the guy doing Chrissy and Frank's bidding. There you go. There you go. So let's watch a little bit of his victory lap that he's and telling you how you all should think and how Ray should think. This is what he does.
You go, hey, next time, be a man. Don't be a pimp. And Ray was a man. Ray was not a pimp.
Right.
So we're going to do this interview. And people have been asking me, did you get paid? Did you get paid? I don't believe in paying guests. So Ray said, hey, we'll give you half the super chat money. I said, fuck no.
Being a guest.
He's totally doing this because he got outed for being a cheapskate. He literally got outed for paying his co-host $50 for a 4-hour program. So he's trying to use this to show, hey, I'm above this. This guy stands for nothing. Literally stands for nothing. He was trying to get Opie on his program. When Opie said, oh, dude, you're a fucking amateur. Your show sucks and you're shitting on me. He immediately runs to Anthony. He doesn't give a fuck. He would have took Ray's money in 5 fucking seconds. But he knows if he takes the money, he's already on the hot seat. He's already the clown. I can't take the money. You couldn't take the money in this situation.
Is promotion.
I'm not going to be I'm not going to get half your fucking super chat. Those are your super chats. Like, those are your super chats. You take them. You keep them. That's your money. You've earned it.
According to the guy who begs for money every single day. Begs for money every single fucking day of his life. That's your life, is begging for money. And you're like above this now. You have morals.
And she's just like, we do a different show. Our show's fun. We're different over at Steel Toe. We do a fun show. Okay, we're not like your show where it's just me and there's a super.
Both their voices are cringe.
You
I don't
put that show on.
Believing paying guests, I don't believe in it. In paying guests, a guest is a guest. They're there to promote their shit. We're doing. We did the 21 Guns show. That's going to be up on Compound Media today at noon.
Love
Nobody
Go to Compound Media,
cares.
either get a free trial and try it out.
Anthony is drunk at the wheel. Nobody's signing up from. Not one person signed up to Compound Media from this plug. Not one. You wasted your time. No one's watching the 21 Guns salute or whatever the fuck it is.
Anthony's show, Gino, Chrissy, they're all great.
No, they're
The
not.
21 Guns,
They're
those
really
guys
bad.
were awesome.
Frank was very fun.
Kevin and Frank were awesome.
Who's
Jeremy.
Kevin and Frank?
Kevin,
Jeremy was
Frank, and
good.
Jeremy.
Kevin, Frank, and Jeremy on 21 Guns. Another great show
No, that's not great.
on Compound.
It's not a great show.
That's going to be up at
If it's a great
noon.
show, everyone knows what a great show is. Cumia'S Cucks is a great show. Sit Down Zumock's a great show. MLC is a great show. 21 Guns and Compound is not a great show. So quit plugging. Anthony doesn't give a shit. He's drunk.
Central Time today.
He's
11
biting
o'clock
hands.
Central Time today, noon Eastern.
Okay.
That one's going to be up. E-Rock sent me that yesterday.
Yep.
So I'm writing with Ray back and forth. I'm like, I don't need any of the money. This is going to be fun.
I stand
kept
for
telling him, I go,
something.
Ray, this is how I envision myself.
How do you envision
I'm
yourself?
Shawn Michaels walking into Montreal.
Here's
Canada.
another analogy.
Montreal, Canada, where
Now we got wrestling analogy. We went from movie reference to Shawn Michaels in the WWE and WrestleMania going into the Montreal screw job with Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, the local hero,
Yeah.
got screwed, and Shawn Michaels is looked at as the worst guy in the world. He's terrible. He's awful. And the whole crowd is going to boo him and throw shit at him. I'm Hulk Hogan dropping the leg on Macho Man Randy Savage and turning NWO. I said, Ray, I'm going to heal it up. We're going to go like this to the audience the entire time.
And you got clowned. Well, you both did. You both did. You thought you were going to switch the narrative. You thought people were going to, I'm going to win these people over and we're going to get more subscribers, more people signing up to the Patreon. No, you worked Ray. You worked him, and he looks foolish.
And we're going to laugh at him. Ray wanted to do an interview, which was great. I thought
Very
that
cool.
was awesome. He had a bunch of questions. Ray was incredibly
He's so full of shit. Nobody was more unprepared than Ray DeVito. Nobody was more unprepared and in over their head than Ray DeVito. Ray was clueless to what's going on and how you're perceived online. Ray had no idea. Ray had no idea. This is all bullshit. This is all bullshit.
prepared.
Nobody really wanted to see a real interview with you. His hard-hitting question is like, where'd you come up with the name Steel Toe? I don't like how you do that puppet. Those were his two questions that he had prepared.
I'm really happy with the job he did.
No one's
So he started.
No, you're the only one happy with it. You're the only one happy with the job he did. Nobody else is happy. Nobody. Salvador says, plus 1997, Shawn Michaels was a horrible person. Now we're getting deep. Now we're getting deep into the wrestling. I'm actually wearing a Andre the Giant shirt. Everyone's talking about my Ray impression. Yeah, I did it on MLC. I don't practice these impressions. I'm just really good at them. I can just do it on the fly. Let's see if we can get into it. First of all, he has this nervous energy. He's like, it's like, hey, Bob, why would you do that, Bob? No, I don't have it today. I don't have it. It's like, so where did you come up with the name Steel Toe? I don't think I have it. I just kind of did it yesterday. I think I did it pretty well on MLC, but I don't remember. I got to hear Ray first. Galactic Wrestling Federation says the only thing missing from Ray's impression is getting on your knees and ball washing. I mean, Ray has no self-respect. When you're ball washing this guy, after 20 years of doing stand-up and you're ball washing this guy, you should be embarrassed. JG says, you want me to do the Husey? Ray, how come you've lived in New York and you've only gone on Anthony Cumia'S show once and he didn't have you at the desk, but you lived there for 15 years? Can you explain? How come Chad Zumock is passed at more clubs in New York and you lived in New York for 15 years? Ray, how come you're still middling in Oklahoma and you've been doing it for 20 years? Ray, why would you go forward with that interview when everyone was laughing at... All right. Enough Husey. All right, let's get through this fucking video. I got to get liquid IV at 3. Then I got deep tissue massage tomorrow after the trainer. I'm back, baby.
Start the interview, and we're busting on Chad, and we're talking about the show, and we're talking about how, you know, it's amazing the life of its own this interview has taken on, and how all these...
Ray DeVito, there's two buddies, two equals, just yucking it up. And meanwhile, every super chat was just destroying this clown.
These people have used it as like a projection mirror for themselves of what they want it to be. Like whatever is inside themselves, they projected it out onto Ray and said, they convinced themselves, this is what this is going to be. Ray and I always knew from the beginning of this interview that we were just going to be talking about the shit we do. It was going to be a show.
You're acting like Ray's a smart guy. You saw Ray was a dummy, and you're like, I can work him. I'll work him. You took over his interview on his own show, and then the producer had to step in, and you both made Ray the third mic on his own show. It was awful on every level. Patrick Melton from Nobody Likes Onions, who likes Ray, even said that. And he actually likes Ray. And he said, it was a terrible interview. Ray should be embarrassed. There was no coming back from that.
Oh.
Well, that's the great part about being in your position versus the foaming at the mouth
Shut
incels
up
on the internet, right?
Right.
The people that are trying to make a show something and it's not their show.
Yeah. I honestly, and we'll get to the chat a little bit later here,
yeah?
but I'm going to stop it right about there.
Okay.
I go on the show. Ray and I start talking. It's a lot of fun. I'll get to like audience conspiracy theories.
The only funny thing about that show was the super chats clowning you and Joe jumping in.
they have on this whole thing that I don't tend
Are
to
there
believe in.
conspiracy theories?
Shut up.
Yeah, there were some conspiracy theories. We'll
Okay.
get to it. And then Ray and I are having a great conversation. It's going very well. And I talked to the producer, Joe, before the show. And, he and Ray and myself, we were all having a great time. We were laughing. We were telling jokes, this and that. I had no idea that this Joe guy
Where were the jokes in Ray's? I didn't hear any jokes in Ray's interview with him. Where were the jokes? He said we're telling jokes. Where were the jokes?
was not a steel toe guy at all. I know.
Sure, I'd never heard of that.
He didn't say that before the show. He had plenty of opportunity to. We spoke. He didn't say that. He's very welcoming. Whatever. Nice enough guy. The interview starts, and now that I'm looking back on it, I think from Jump Street, this Joe guy was nervous. I think this Joe guy, I don't know much about him. I don't know if he's new to broadcasting or whatever.
Oh, shut. Did you think
Maybe
he was
he's not.
nervous?
But this guy, Joe, seemed nervous from the outset. Like if he had an expectation, this is going to go a certain way. And then he's reading the chat the entire time, looking for the super chat.
I love how he thinks he's a
like that.
master
He
broadcaster.
sees people who, again, Thanos walked in. Fucking Shawn Michaels walked in.
All right, we get the analogy.
Get this guy. Ray and I, we're having a great time. This Joe guy is reading the chat and he's seeing, people like, Ray, this is softball. Ray, this is this. What they were basically trying to say was, Ray, you're not doing what I want you to do.
Be aggressive.
And that's what I love about Ray. People can sit there and yell at Ray and tell him what they want him to do. And he goes, fuck you, I'm going to do it myself. I like that. So this Joe starts jumping in.
To make it,
And Joe starts asking me questions.
he
and
made it
they're
compelling and
questions that
interesting because
I
you're
was
a
glad he
clown.
asked them because I was then allowed to clarify all of my answers and all of my positions and
Sure.
did, I've been doing this long enough to know, did a great job with it.
He avoided. You have somehow managed to avoid answering Joe's questions and giving an honest answer. You rope-a-doped, is what you like to say. You rope-a-doped. That's the name of this episode, rope-a-doped. Actually, no, it's Where's My Fucking Gun? That's the name of the episode. Jump in the chat. You got to hit subscribe, everybody. This will be up on members only right directly after. If you're just joining, if you're on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. It's a better party. Chat is hopping. I don't have 45 moderators like Steel Toe does, so he can control the narrative. He's a control freak. He's a narcissist. He's totally trying to control this right now and how Ray thinks. He thinks he's a master psychologist. He think he won people over with this interview. No one wins in this interview. Aaron doesn't win. Ray certainly didn't win. Everyone lost. It was the interview nobody really wanted to see. It was like, I've never seen so many people not wanting to watch this interview for the right reasons. A dope on a rope. Admiral Dewey. Uh-oh, breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. If this is true, this is big. Oh, my goodness. For anybody that knows who the fuck Bill Schultz is, Bill Schultz from Morning has lost another roommate.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop.
Wow, that's big time, everybody. Now he's down to 6 roommates. All right, let's get through this video with this fucking douchebag trying to own.
Did a wonderful job handling Joe and his questions. And Joe was not, people wrote me and they said that Joe's a piece of shit, that Joe was trying to sabotage the interview, I don't agree with that.
Nobody, by the way, this is all a lie. Nobody wrote him saying Joe was a piece of shit. He tried to sabotage. He is lying through his teeth. This is lie.
I don't think Joe was trying to sabotage the interview. I think Joe got a little bit of chat cancer, and he didn't want the chat writing that Ray's softballing or whatever, so he felt like he had to interject. I promise he didn't. It would have been fine if he hadn't interjected. But I can see where he felt he needed to. And I don't think he was being disingenuous. I think everything he didn't like about me was genuine. I think he genuinely doesn't like what I do. Mm-hmm. He got a little cunty about it at the end, but I think that...
Well, Joe was like everybody on the internet. None of us like what you do. No one was watching that for real. Like nobody tuned in like, I really want to get to know Steel Toe through Ray's lens. What's he really like? Maybe he could turn me. We were watching it, the clown on you and Ray, and it worked. Woo!
That's just because I handled his questions a little bit better than he thought I would.
Right, like most of these
Joe
things.
is not intimidated by you he said this guy's a clown.
Yeah, he got a little cunty at the end. He says, oh, just because you do a shitty morning show doesn't mean I hate you. And it's like, oh, now don't be a fucking baby. So Joe interjects. Ray gets a topic going. Ray and I are having a good conversation. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, and Joe's off camera, I just hear, Ray, we got to get to these super chats.
And all of us listening are like, no, they're on to something here. Let them finish. Right.
And there were all these people restreaming, and I'm getting these DMs from these people restreaming, and they're going, this is killing the flow of this show. We tuned in to watch you and Ray together. Yeah. What's with all this super chat shit? And the super chats are about the nastiest, grossest,
they're awesome,
lowbrow,
incorrect,
shitty human being stuff you can write.
Funny.
And from the very outset,
hysterical,
from the first one, I just went, this is exactly how I thought it was going to be. I went, it's almost like I knew there was a trap set and I sprung the trap.
Right.
And I just, multiple times in the interview, I go, guys, come on, you do better than this. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do something. Ray and I are laughing. The super chats come in. We make fun of the person sending the super chat. We have a great laugh, so on and so forth. All right, good.
By the way, if you want to watch this right afterwards, you could sign up for a membership, and it'll be members only, and then it'll be on Patreon later tonight.
And it's going well.
And shout out to the new $100 Patreon, Frankie McDonald. I want to find out if it's the actual Frankie McDonald. I don't know. If it is Frankie, send me a DM. I'll have you on the show.
All the time.
Just like Chrissy did when she saw Gino doing it.
I hate to pull my professional broadcaster.
Just like Ray did it when he saw, I guess I have to have Steel Toe on. Hey.
Doing the show.
Hey, buddy. Hey. I'm see. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey. So why do you call it Steel Toe? I mean, where'd you come up with that? Good job, Ray. Good question, dummy. Ian Hawk, this is a good question. I asked who was fatter between the mom and the sister, and Aaron said the sister was fatter. Way to dodge it. You had to say your sister was fat.
Is not entertainment.
No, there's a time for them.
Right. It's not a good show. You got to watch Mersh and Royce do it. You got to watch, us do it. When it comes to people donating and contributing to your show, get through what you're doing. Do your segment.
Why do we make more money on MLC?
And then after that, between that and the next one, pick a few out, knock them out, save the rest.
We know what we're doing. We're letting people have a free voice in the chat room. You have moderators blocking people when April gets upset. You're blocking super chats. You refuse to read super chats promoting your ex-wife's books. You refuse to read anything negative in a super chat. We read it. We're the ones with the tough skin. You mentally prepared for that Ray interview knowing you're walking into a bomb. And you tried to own it, and you failed. You did make Ray look stupid, though. I'll give you that.
For later. It totally ruins the flow of any kind of show you're doing if you're just interrupting all the time and going, get to the super chats, get to the super chats. It's Ray's show. Ray should have been allowed to run his show. I don't dislike Joe. I think Joe, like I said, I think his criticisms were fair and honest. And I got to call him out on a few things and say, what you just said there, that was actually horseshit. Here's what happened. And I think Joe was satisfied with the answers.
Joe thinks you're a clown.
Didn't get real snippy or, until the end with a little
Go pick up the book.
Tiny comment, not even a big deal. Didn't really get cunty or snippy or anything like that. And I did get him to admit, he's like, no, I just don't like your show and I'm not a big fan of yours. Like, I know, look, everybody who hears you asking these questions
knows that.
knows you're not a big fan of mine. Like,
Right,
I don't know.
the club.
I don't know if Joe thought he was being sleuthy.
I don't know.
But
right, it wasn't very
we all
sleuthy
kind
at
of got that vibe. And
I just got a
Stevie Lou and
text
some other people
from-
were writing me. And they said, yeah, the more Joe kind of interjected on Ray's interview, the more the chat kind of turned against him.
Okay.
And
the chat-
that was the weirdest part to me. The Joe stuff was the weirdest part because the super chat thing was killing the vibe of the show. Like, it was, here you got all these people watching to see what Ray and Aaron do.
No, they were watching it for the super chat. They wanted Ray to read those. Joe knew that as a producer. He's like, we know no one's watching this for real. We know this is an illusion for Ray. Nobody all of a sudden says, you know what? We got to hear this. Ray DeVito, we know him as a hard-hitting podcaster. I mean, one of the best. And he's going to give him the greatest interview. Everybody was hate watching the show, period.
Shoehorning this other thing in there, and it's just people sending in like $2 at a time saying the same shit.
Yeah,
and Ray and I laugh, and we're like, oh, God, could you imagine being this guy? I don't think it could have gone any better than it did. I thought it was a fucking home run
for you.
For Steel Toe. I'm hearing from other people that Chad was losing his mind. This was not going the way he wanted. That on MLC, they kind of lost their mind about the interview.
I lost my mind. Oh, I couldn't handle it. I was just, yeah, me watching Ray shows up on Patreon if you guys want to watch it. It's pretty funny. I was losing my mind, though.
So that makes me very happy.
Sure.
Other people were saying, oh, the conspiracy theories. Oh, Joe sent Shuley to do his dirty work. Shuley wanted this to be a hatchet job on you, and Ray wasn't doing it, so he sent Joe. Guys, I can promise you, Shuley did not do that.
No, Joe just doesn't like him.
Joe doesn't like me. It's not illegal for him not to like me.
There can be instances
Dude,
where
Shuley knew exactly what he was doing. He knows Ray's a fool. Ray is a whackpacker at this point, and they are fucking with him. They realize Ray's not a smart guy, and they knew exactly what was going to happen by having you on. My man, W Man, $5, him saying ignore the super chats is absurd. Everyone who gives money deserves to have their comment read. Of course, and that's why we read them, and he blocks them. This is a guy who is a professional grifter, Zen producer. Ray also says that Kevin likes Steel Toe. Kevin does not like Steel Toe. Steel Toe is delusional. Ray's delusional. You guys are dumb. Just dumb people. Nobody was watching this for entertainment value. I mean, like when Michael Jackson went on Oprah about the kid shit. We were all there to clown.
just a simple explanation. Right. Not everything is complex.
And as much as he doesn't like me, he was very respectful in his questioning. My only criticism would be the way he paced the show as a producer, but that's his prerogative. But as far as his, what do you call it? As far as his like issues or whatever with me or his questions with me,
his criticisms.
Yeah, I thought those were totally fine. I didn't think those were out of line at all. In fact, it set me up nicely. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you would think Joe set.
Dude, he's already explained 3 times already. He's literally explained 3 times already that Joe was okay to have these criticisms. We know. We know you said it was okay. God. He just repeats himself. He loves hearing himself talk. If I had that voice, I'd never talk. That fake radio voice. I'd just be quiet. Shout out to Stoney's our sponsor.
Set it up
Go watch Gino bomb in Minnesota
so that I could
this summer.
look good in responding to these criticisms. Like he brought up these criticisms so I could swat them away. I promise that didn't happen.
Right. It can't just be that he brought them up and you answered.
Right. Shuli did not do this as a way to get Aaron. You know what Shuli likes? Shuli likes
being profitable.
he likes being profitable. No, well,
Views?
she said that, Shuli. She said the Jew thing.
All right, now Aaron's going to tell Shuli how he should think because that's his superpower. He has Corey Adam on, explains how he should think. He explained how Ray should think, and now this is how you should think.
I didn't say the Jew thing first.
I don't even remember that he's Jewish, honestly.
How can you not? No.
Hilarious comedy.
It's the only thing I see. Shuli, you know what Shuli?
He ums a lot. If you listen to Steel Toe talk, you'll hear a lot, and you can't unhear it. It's cringe.
Likes trouble.
Oh, trouble. Okay.
Innocent trouble. I say trouble like this because it's like innocent, fun.
Alex
like,
Watts.
Being naughty.
Going to the playground and going.
Rename the
You
show
hear what
to the
this guy said
Steel
about you?
Cope.
Yeah, that's kind of shit. You know what?
I
Shuli
agree.
is? Shuli's like the three-way calling sting in Mean Girls.
Quit explaining how
Where he's
Shuli
like,
is
yeah,
to
I
me.
guess it was pretty bitchy, and I guess she just likes the attention. And then Shuli goes, "Hey, did you hear that?"
He likes to
Rich?
explain how
She
people
said,
are
"I'm mad at
to
you."
everybody.
I can't believe you think I like attention. And
I don't-
Shuli just sits there going, "Oh, this is wonderful."
I know Shuli. Don't tell me how I should think of Shuli and how he.
That's what Shuli likes. Shuli wasn't like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to use Ray DeVito and Joe as my proxy to get this steel toe fella. Shuli was promoting the shit out of the interview. I don't think Shuli was out there to get anyone. Again, I think everyone had their conspiracy theory. Everyone had
We
their
knew it was a
idea
train wreck
of how this Ray thing was going.
because we knew Ray couldn't handle it because Ray's an idiot.
We're the only two people who knew because we'd been talking to each other.
Hey, Chad, how long
And
have you
sorry
lived
to
in
let you down,
Ohio?
girls. Sorry to ruin your recess time, snack time tantrum.
Gossip.
Ray and I are going to have an interview.
Oh.
I watched
Two.
this thing.
I had two
It's so
attackers.
hard to keep my mouth shut.
Two
Because
people
I watched
jumped
this
me,
thing get
said,
bigger
"Don't
and
fuck
bigger
with
and people's
Cumia."
Expectations get bigger and bigger, and this is it. We're gonna fucking get this guy.
By the way, I'm going to go back to lying about it again.
I laughed every.
I got attacked by Cumia guys. That's a fact.
Ray, or they don't care. Ray and I are discussing this.
It's more like they don't care.
Ray and I are planning a very good show. Ray and I know that you guys are going to be very upset.
You and Ray didn't plan shit. Nobody was more unprepared to do that interview than Ray DeVito. Nobody. There was no planning anywhere in that show. Ray is terrible at podcasting. He's very bad at it. And that's just the God honest truth. This is not a work. Ray might be a decent stand-up. I don't know. I don't watch his shit. But that doesn't mean he's a good podcaster like Joe Matarese. He's a great stand-up, terrible podcaster. Ray's the same. He has no point of view. The only thing Ray knows is Cleveland Indians statistics, Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland Cavs. That's it. But he's not a good podcaster. That's a fact. And if you're watching me, Ray, I'm being honest, you're bad at podcasting. As a guy who's been in broadcasting for a long time, I'm not even that good, but I'm better than you. I'm more interesting. I'm funnier. Yeah, I have opinions. I don't pander. I don't want everyone as my buddy. So I'll say what I have to say. And let me remind you, Ray, the only reason you're on MLC is because of me. You somehow have selective memory, and as you've gotten older, you've gotten dumber. Every year you get dumber. You were doing a Tuesday night show at Caroline's, where anybody can headline Caroline's on a Tuesday night, the breakout series. I was going to do it, but I didn't feel like it because you got to get people there. So what happened is Ray hit me up. He goes, hey buddy, can you ask Kevin Brennan if I can do a show? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that for you. You know, I can do that. You let me crash at your place a few times. You've put me up. at your show at the Stand, I can ask Kevin Brennan if you can come on Burning Bridges. And Kevin said, sure. Had you on. You kept bugging him to come on. And now you come on all the time and he pays you. Pays you good money. More money than you make on your podcast. Your own. From the Shuley Network. Who made that happen? Ray? Me. I did. So whatever fans you have or whatever, it's because of me. I don't sit on the fence like Bob Levy. Age of Coral, get out of my chat room. I won't block you, but you're a cuck. Is my Ray impression good, JG? The Ray impression is excellent when you find it. I gotta listen to Ray. The ghost of Mr. P. $1.90. I am a mud shark. Don't stop exposing Aaron the mangina. Listen, I'm just doing this because, again, I'll remind him, if he's watching, you started all of this. This is what you wanted.
Set. And we're going to have a great time with it.
These people very much have like blinders on where you could have like on the outside
These
of the blind.
people have like blinders on when you can.
Aaron is always reminding you he's having a great time. He's having fun. This is funny. We're telling jokes. Everything's great.
It's
Another thing Aaron does is he starts the show out. We're going to have a great show. This is going to be a great show. How do you know? You haven't done the show. How do you know it's going to be great, Aaron? How do you know it's a great show? You haven't done the show yet, but you're telling the audience it's already great. It's going to be a great show. You don't know. I remember one time when I was on the air with Alan Cox in Cleveland, he started the show off saying, we're going to have a great show today. Because I remember who was coming in studio. Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk. He was in town for like a Comic-Con. And I was under the weather. I could barely talk. I was sick, but I still came in. The phones were down. We couldn't take calls. And then Lou Ferrigno canceled, and I could barely speak. The show was terrible. It was a bad show. We struggled to get through. We weren't prepared. It was Friday. We thought we were going to screw around with the Incredible Hulk. And everything went to shit. But he said, we're going to have a good show. It's going to be a good one. It was terrible. So quit telling everyone it's going to be a good show when you start the show because you don't know how it's going to go. And guess what? Ray DeVito did not have a good show.
Ray and Aaron talk. Ray and Aaron are good. You know, they're going to do an interview. Oh, things are going to go well for them and stuff. And they got blinders on all. They're like, no, they're going to be upset. I've got him.
Yeah, it was really, I had a really great time. It was fun doing that show. That was
not
Ray.
A great time for you.
I had a good time with Joe too. I don't want any, because there's people on both sides. Like,
go back to
Joe
the woods.
Buried it. Well, no, Joe did what you wanted Ray to do. And I don't even think that. I don't think Joe was aggressive at all. I thought he was more than respectful. And he said numerous times, he goes, I got to say, you got balls for coming in here. I didn't feel like I had balls for coming in there. I will say that. It felt easy to me. It was
easy for you. You went on Ray's show because you know Ray's a clown. And you could you're a manipulator. You manipulate people. And you knew you could do that. But you also thought you were smart enough. This master psychologist. Why is Gladwell Ape calling during my podcast? He knows I do Cumia'S Cucks every Sunday at 105 Gladwell. Why are you calling when I am finishing up Cumia'S Cucks? Can it wait, Gladwell Ape? Paul, circling mud shark can be very, very, very dangerous.
Muscle milk, protein, magnets, apple cider vinegar. I take it and you should too.
Shout out to the great Brody Stevens. Mr. Ghost, Mr. P, Chad, DM me. I'm Team MD versus Steel Toe, and he's a con man. Send me a DM. I get them on Instagram, Patreon. I check those the most. Instagram and Patreon is the DMs I check the most. Twitter, every so often. All right, let me get this off the screen. Sorry. Chris Watts' brother, Alex Watts, $1.99, Cope. I had fun with Joe. Coping. He hates Joe.
It was easy work yesterday.
I mean, Aaron didn't come off that show and come upstairs to me all exhausted or anything.
Right.
He's just like, oh, that went well.
Yeah, I was like, that went really well.
That was fun.
And all the texts and DMs I'm getting, they're like, a couple people using the term chef's kiss.
I had people messaging me telling me how good you did.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't talk to you during the show. Like, wow,
Right.
he's really doing well.
Who are these people? I saw nothing but negativity on social media that this was a shit show. Who are these people? Were you messaging Aaron? Aaron, did you message her? Because I think you're just messaging. I think that's a relationship. After the show, they just email each other the whole time.
Well, it's not that difficult. A, you answer Ray's questions. B, you have your back and forth with Joe. And then after that, you laugh at the people who are foaming at the mouth trying to get you. This is why you can't make your goal to be, I'm going to end this person. Because if they laugh at you, now you look twice as retarded for being so serious. So
my goal is simple. Yours is to get money. Your goal's to somehow make a magical number up and then make the audience think it's their goal to get to that number to give you money. My goal is to have this archive for your children to see how much of a douchebag their father is and how full of shit he is. That's my goal.
The thing I'm happiest about is the amount of people I made miserable yesterday. That made me
Nobody was miserable.
It felt like being troublemaker radio guy all over again. It's
unbelievable how delusional it is. We're 20 minutes in. 20 minutes in. I can't go much further with this guy because he's still talking about the Ray DeVito interview 20 minutes in to his show that he's prepping, that he says, I have fun bits, we have fun things, we don't like drama. This segment is 50 minutes long of them talking about the Ray DeVito interview. The Ray DeVito. All right. Well, guys, listen. I have an appointment. I'm getting IV treatment today at 3 p.m. I'm getting back into shape. I hired a trainer. We start tomorrow, followed by a deep tissue massage. I fell off the wagon. I'm back on. I'm going to work very hard this week with my podcast. I have new equipment coming. It's all happening. I'm a one-man operation trying to figure this shit out as I go. So thank you for your continued support. Thank you for the Patreons today. Thank you for signing up to the Patreon. Thank you to the $100 sponsors. Thanks for the Super Chat. Thanks for the membership. This is the week. The next 2 weeks, I get new equipment. I'm making it happen. I got to make it happen. But it's because of you. I appreciate it sincerely. I'm not just robotic about it like Steel Blow is. Camel Hoe. But it was a good show. This is episode 9 in the books. It'll be up on membership only first if you're just tuning in, and then on Patreon later on. And we'll be figuring out some more rewards with that membership thing. I got a lot of work to do, guys. But don't worry about me. Because it was a good show today. We learned some things. We learned a lot. We learned that Ray embarrassed himself, and there's no coming back. Ray's a bad podcaster. Ray's a dummy. He's not self-aware. He's delusional. He actually thought people really wanted to hear this. He thought people wanted to know, where did the name Steel Toe come from? That was the question he thought the audience wanted to hear. In the interview, nobody was asking for. He was like, where did the name Steel Toe come from? What else did we learn this episode? We learned that Anthony is a creep. Gino's a drunk. Horsey Mayer has gums. You learned E-Rock likes to play with toys. He loves toys. Big fan of toys. We didn't learn. We just reminded you I am the mud shark. We knew that the whole time. We learned that you want to believe. Hit like, hit subscribe, sign up to the Patreon. We hit the goal. We learned MD22, I got the money to clease them an email on YouTube. Thank you for the $1.99. We learned, Jimmy I, good luck with your HIV treatment. Tomorrow, Hype Train on the MLC. The Hype Train will be on this show. We do not do Hype Train on MLC. That's my show. Cumia'S Cucks, everybody. Episode 9 in the books. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We will see you next Sunday at 1:05. Good night. Have a great Sunday. Spend it with your family. I'm going to go see Creed 3, and I'm going to eat Mike and Ike's. Good night.